Always good to get a goaltender in the mix, Scotty Bokal. I told him to have two speeches prepared because he could be going in tonight in two different categories. One as a goaltender, also as an official. He grew up playing in the Kirkwood and Merrimack youth hockey organizations. He went on to star at Parkway Central High School, where he helped lead the Colts to a mid-state high school title back in 1992. Let's hear it for those Colts. He played junior B hockey in Niagara Falls, Ontario, in addition to playing for Team USA in inline hockey. He'd go on to play some games professionally with both the Columbus Cottonmouths and the Missouri River Otters. But many people will recognize Bokal from his time spent as a referee, where he would embark on a more than 20-year career officiating both ice hockey as well as inline. He officiated at the highest level of American junior hockey, working both playoff final series in the North American Hockey League as well as the USHL. Professionally, his assignments included several minor leagues, all the way up to the American Hockey League. He'd worked playoffs in all 6 minor professional leagues, including the Calder Cup Final and the American Hockey League in 2005. He worked 15 years officiating Division I ice hockey, as well as a number of international tournaments. Please welcome Scotty Bokal.
Ooh, good evening. A referee with an open mic. What could go wrong? Right, Pilsy? By the way, that was Tim Peel approved. Long before Nashville, there was Fayetteville where a collision with a player activated my microphone. And as we got to our feet and chased play up ice, he told me that I was the best referee he never saw, and I complimented him on his lack of hockey IQ. 5,000 fans in Fayetteville that night got the in-game experience of a lifetime, and thank God social media wasn't around back then. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame, its members, the board, the committee for selecting me for this incredible honor. Congratulations to my fellow inductees. It's an honor to share the stage with you tonight. Thank you to Missouri ice and inline hockey communities, the players, the coaches, and everyone who makes the game possible. Without all of you, the officials would not have the quantity or quality of games to officiate. And because of you, an official in St. Louis can travel the metro area and work a Tours Nationals, a State Wars, a Blue Note Cup, and really any level from rec to elite. So thank you very much. I'd also like to thank Perry Turnbull and Midwest Sport Hockey. I began as an official reffing inline hockey at Queenie Park. And if you've ever had the chance to work a Tuesday night Red Bud versus Iron Workers, a couple dozen third shifters after a couple tailgate pops coming out to battle at 10:30 at night, you can survive any league. Thanks to Mike Oliva for getting me started into USA Hockey. I'd like to thank USA Hockey, Matt Leaf, Scott Brand, and Dan Monticelli for the opportunity to develop beyond the local level. Thank you to my HOA, the godfather of officiating, and proud to share the stage with his grandson, Mike McKenna, speaking about Bill McKenna. The officials before me who carved the path, and, hi Caroline, who carved a path, and for those that carry the torch after. For people like Bob Cunningham, Phil Lavecchio, Tom Wolfe, Dan Sullivan, you invested so much and were such a major part of my success. Thank you. Bob Cunningham would always say to me, you should do the work where the rubber meets the road, never give people steak and seeing you fail. He was right, and I share that with my kids daily. I loved officiating. I loved the work. I loved the grind. I loved the camaraderie. I was blessed to be able to see the game through so many players' eyes. I've watched the finest players and coaches, many of them in here in the room tonight, from the best seat in the house, inside the glass. I had the unique honor of sharing those experiences with many of the MyHOA officials, namely Joe Sullivan and Craig Neal, two outstanding officials and even better people and friends. Sully and I once tested that ride or die best friend tag when we were headed to Lincoln for a Game 5 playoff and met up 50 miles outside on I-80 with a tornado. We decided to go through the tornado in fear of missing the assignment. The Cobalt shook and rattled, got pelted with hail. We made it, got there just in time to drop the puck, and later convinced ourselves that we saved our better judgment for the ice that night. For all my blessings in hockey, none have been greater than watching my kids. 6'8" and 9U hockey, as seen through your child's eyes, is absolutely amazing. It should also be noted that's the only speed of game I can still keep up with these days. Thank you to my family and friends who supported the journey. I was gone often, but never left out. I appreciate you being here. Mom and Dad, thanks for letting me play the great game, for the early mornings, long trips to the rink, the sacrifice, and the endless love and encouragement to keep me going. Thank you to my siblings for your support, especially my sister Betsy, who we had to fish out of the stands in Toledo one night when she was going dark side on a fan that yelled, "Ref, you suck," from the beer line. Right?
Yeah, it's easy in Toledo.
We made her stay in the referee room for the third period so we could just safely escort her out with us after the game, make sure we got home. Betsy, stay savage. To my kids, Jack, Mary, Caroline, thanks for being Dad's biggest fans. The pregame calls and the Sunday hugs when I'd get home made every trip worthwhile. Nobody ever cheers for the refs. You guys do it fearlessly, right? Home team. To my wife, Carrie, thank you for allowing me to chase this dream. The time and travel commitments were massive. It left you juggling 3 little kids by yourself. That's a lot of diapers and bottles. Throughout it all, you never let me get too high, you never let me get too low. You're always my anchor. This was not possible without you. You're simply the best. I love you. And finally, to the 3 gentlemen watching from above, Pete Noonan, affectionately known as Grampy, Papa John Douglas, and the Hammer Uncle Jack. Cheers. They were some real characters. They would have got a real kick out of seeing this, and they would have enjoyed being around all of you. Thank you again for this amazing honor. Have a good night.